Welcome to the Tuesday edition of The Conversation here on Lagos Television. I am Abimbola Bello.
Good morning. I am Ajibola Ojeshola.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adibimpe Omotayo, all alone again.
All right, so, Tuesday is the day for the A's, the three A's. Adibimpe, Ajibola, Abimbola. Okay, the three A's.
Thank God we're not Arsenal.
Thank God we're not Atiku.
Thank
God we're not. Not Ateta.
Even me that brought the three A's, people just fell my hand like Kilo Chele Gogono.
Hey, God. NBC.
No, that's it.
I'm not there. I wanted to say something again. I just remembered.
NBC is coming for you.
Just keep quiet.
Okay, welcome to the show. You know how we do it here. We talk about practically everything on The Conversation. And today on the program, we intend to do the same. But let's begin with our news points for today. Ajibola is starting with the A. Ajibola, let's take your news points.
Yes, A for APC. APC imposes 2-week deadline for presidential, governorship, National Assembly forms. The All Progressives Congress, APC, has fixed May 16 and May 23, 2026 for the conduct of presidential and governorship primary elections ahead of the 2027 general elections. APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka, who made this public on Monday, disclosed that in the ruling party's timetable signed by the National Organizing Secretary, Sulaiman Agungu, presidential aspirants will pay 100 million for expression of interest and nomination forms. Governorship, 50 million naira, Senate, 20 million naira, and House of Reps, 10 million naira. The Independent National Electoral Commission has fixed the presidential and National Assembly elections for Saturday, January 16, 2027, while the governorship and the state houses of assembly are scheduled for Saturday, February 6, 2027. The Commission also stated that party primaries, including the resolution of disputes arising from them, will take place between April 23, 2026 and May 30, 2026. According to INEC, campaigns for the presidential and National Assembly elections will begin on August 19, 2026, while campaigns for governorship and state houses of assembly elections will commence on September 9, 2026. As stated in the APC timetable, the sale of forms will run from April 25 to May 2nd at the party's national headquarters in Wuse 2, Abuja, while May 4 is the deadline for the submission of completed forms. The timetable also shows that screening for presidential aspirants is scheduled for May 9, while others will be screened between May 6 and May 8, with further screening activities slated for May 12 and 13. Primary elections are scheduled for May 18 for the House of Reps, May 28th for Senate, and May 21st for State House of Assembly candidates. It further stated that the House of Assembly aspirants will pay 6 million for both expression of interest and nomination forms. Female aspirants, I know Abimbola and Adibimpe will be interested in this, and people with disabilities are required to pay only for the expression of interest form and 50% of the nomination form for their respective positions. So, like it or not, the APC is in order, is intact, and like other political parties that are having issues, trying to have their primaries, trying to know the direction in which they are going, APC appears to be on top of its game. And 100 million for presidential, 50 for governorship, 20 for National Assembly, 10 for House of Assembly. And, down the line like that. And the female candidates are going to pay cheaper rates as well as people with disabilities. So the APC appears to be set for the 2027 general elections.
Oh, modern money is plenty.
100 million.
100 million.
50 million.
The cheapest.
For the president.
No, I'm just saying. And the cheapest is 10?
It's 10, yeah.
10 million.
It's cheap if the if it's a sitting president. If you are not a sitting president and you do not have
probe you, where did you find
exactly,
but for me, I think I like the fact that the APC also didn't say that the forms should be free for women.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes things that you don't pay for, you also do not value. And, you know, the fact that, yes, 50% of the expression of interest is what they will be paying. So for those also with disability, they are in the same category. At least when you pay for something, you're able to fight for it. You're able to defend it rather than you being handed on a platter of gold. You will misuse it. So I like the fact that, yes, it is not a case of, oh, women get the forms, FOC. No, you will pay. You will just not pay the full amount. And I think 50% is still not bad,
it's not bad.
for the women to pay. And at some point in time, of course, if we're asking for equity and not equality, at some point in time, we'll start saying, let us pay the same amount so that we...
True. But my own concern is, why is it so expensive? Is it not paper?
Politics in Nigeria is not cheap. It's not for the small boys. It's not for the small girls.
Why? What if the small boys and the small girls are the ones with the ideas?
If you really want to do politics in Nigeria, because you still campaign, and you go from house to house, street to street, and...
Oh, so once you buy that phone, will you cover all of that?
No. This one is party matter now. And that you bought the form. So here's the
too
caveat.
expensive.
That you bought the form doesn't even mean you would emerge as the candidate.
Absolutely.
So
it's too expensive. That is why many of our politicians,
but Jibola
once
said,
they get there,
Jibola said,
the first thing is
for the political class.
The first thing is to get that money back.
Politics in Nigeria, it is not.
It's too expensive.
Your pocket must be deep.
What if I want to?
You're coming for
where do you want to go?
What if I want to also express my own interest? With what? With
it's just 10 million naira, and you're paying 50% of that 10 million.
It's expensive, oh. It's too expensive.
Anyways, let's see how this will go at the end of the day. Let's take the second story this morning. The second story, this one says, INEC says fake X account was used to frame chairman as ADC youths protest. African Democratic Congress ADC youths are set to protest at the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC in Lagos, Ogun, and Jigawa states today, demanding the removal of the chairman Josh Amukpeton SAN under the hashtag Amukpeton Must Go campaign. Meanwhile, INEC has detailed how a fabricated X, formerly Twitter account, was used in a coordinated attempt to frame its chairman following a forensic investigation that it said found no link between him and the viral post attributed to his name. Also having the back of INEC boss as the Faculty of Law at the University of Jos, UniJos, which dismissed the allegations by former Minister of Youth and Sports Development Solomon Dalong against Amukpeton over the purported commercialization of the results of 16 special students in the 2009-2010 session while he was the dean. ADC National Youth Leader Balara Birufai, in a post on X yesterday, shared flyers for the Lagos and Ogun demonstrations, both tagged Operation Occupy INEC. According to Rufai, the protest will begin at 8 a.m. from Yaba College of Technology, while the Ogun protest is scheduled for 11 a.m. at the NNPCL office in Abeokuta. Prominent opposition figures had staged a similar Occupy INEC protest in Abuja on April 8, 2026. The protesters included Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Rabiu Kokwanto, Rotimi Amechi, Rauf Aregbesola, and Dino Milaye. On Amukpeton's ordeal, INEC said the probe conducted with the support of independent cybersecurity experts established that the account Josh Amukpeton and the controversial post Victory is Sure were products of digital manipulation and impersonation. The commission said the disinformation surfaced on April 10, 2026, when screenshots began circulating online claiming Amukpeton had made a partisan comment in response to a post by Adayo Israel. So this is actually a long read, but long and short of it is that INEC is insisting that that particular X account is not in any way linked to the chairman of INEC, and this is causing ADC youths to, organize a protest saying that the INEC chair must go. This thing broke about 2 weeks ago, and it's been back and forth. In a particular station, I listened to the head of ICT of INEC explaining that the chairman of INEC had never been on X, and of course the other guys were saying the telephone number, all of the details that are also on the INEC portal are also on this account. And he was also trying to say that there's digital fraud and there's digital impersonation, which is what has happened. And he also said that they were going to go through forensic investigation, which they said they have actually conducted with independent bodies, and it's been proven that it was an impersonation. And INEC is standing by what they've said, and they're willing to, of course, share some of these things with people who care. But the question is, to what extent or why would you even want to impersonate the INEC chairman on X? For what? And I think that for me, I think if it would have been irresponsible if truly the account belonged to Josh Amopiton to have written that
victory is sure.
Because under Dio Israel's post to have written that victory, I mean, sometimes sometimes you just give benefits of doubt and say, Abba now. People get sense now. I mean, it's unheard of that a whole prof who should know better, who he didn't tweet this when he was not INEC chairman. So it's when he became the chair of INEC that he will now go under somebody else's message and say victory is sure. How?
Okay, you know how far we can go when we are playing politics in this part of the world. I know some people are somewhere, they're desperate to tarnish the image of the INEC chairman, Professor Joash Amopiton, SAN. And like you rightly pointed out, Abimbola, somebody of that caliber, somebody in that position would not be that careless. I don't want to use any derogatory language, and of course, tweet that kind of statement. Knowing the kind of position that is occupying presently. Beyond what INEC has done internally, I also feel that the Nigerian police should also look further into these and probe those behind these fake accounts
they should
and bring them to
first.
So that it will serve as deterrent to others who might want to embark on this kind of dirty journey.
I don't know. I don't even. Let's take your story if you do not have further comments on this particular
Can't find it again. Okay. Lagos urges compliance as monthly sanitation resumes April 25. The Lagos Waste Management Authority has called on residents to fully comply with the state's monthly environmental sanitation exercise scheduled to resume on Saturday, April 25, 2026. A statement issued via its official X handle on Monday, the agency said the exercise will hold from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. across Lagos State. Loma reminded residents that the 2-hour window is dedicated to cleaning surroundings and ensuring proper waste disposal across the state. The environmental sanitation exercise was previously held between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. The initiative was suspended in November 2016 following a legal pronouncement restricting movement during the exercise. Following the introduction, some Lagos State residents expressed excitement, saying it will curb indiscriminate waste disposal, reduce flooding, and restore cleanliness across the state. They also stated that they were willing to participate in the exercise to help restore Lagos cleanliness and reduce unpleasant odors. However, some raised concerns about how the exercise would be enforced. They warned that movement restrictions could be misused by law enforcement officials for extortion and emphasized the importance of pairing the initiative with re-education on proper waste disposal rather than relying solely on monthly activities. Yes, Unfortunately, today, this is our topic for discussion on this side of the table for the conversation this morning. We have an official of the Ministry of Environment who will be here to talk more about this resuscitation of of the environmental sanitation in Lagos State.
Absolutely. That conversation definitely will be another eye-opener. And, you know, for a lot of people who've been asking how will enforcement be, good thing is, of course, there is no restriction on movement, but it is expected that at least those 2 hours you, you know, clean your surroundings, you clean your homes. I don't know, maybe during that conversation, we would get, you know, but again, with Lagos people.
You will not restrict them. And you expect them to clean.
When it was
Even
not
when they
restricted.
were restricted.
They were leaving their homes under the guise of essential
Workers.
essential duties. I don't
And
know.
now that there is no restriction, but does it cost anything
It doesn't.
for you
That's
to
just
live
it.
well, to take care of yourself, your
It is even
environment?
for your own good.
Ajibola, as of today, we have a heap of refuse.
At that
Our
junction?
waste has not been picked up
Evacuated.
in the
Yeah,
last
I think this is where government really
two
needs
and a
to-
half or 3
to
weeks
do-
now.
to do more.
Even so,
we're
after
going
the
to have more
Saturday.
Saturday.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
what happens after Saturday?
So I think it's 50-50. Government is saying that you must observe the environmental sanitation exercise, clean your surroundings and all of that. How are you also ensuring, how are you following up on the PSP operators? They've been reneging on
Lately.
their activities. Sometimes some will even come and refuse to cut away your refuse. Some will say you haven't paid for so. Some will say that they will give you excuses that you can't even wrap your head around. But again, as much as we'll say government will do its own part, citizens must also ensure that they do their own part. Because again, a lot of people also, you know, put their refuse indiscriminately. You do not bag, you do not tie. Again, these things, you make them a mess. And so it is just a mess. But again, it is not an excuse that the PSP operators shouldn't do their
Exactly.
job. If there are refuse, you know, if you should evacuate somewhere. They used to have days,
There's, yeah.
but I don't think they
But
follow the day.
They are not following
Most
it
times they are
anymore.
always
And,
lying that
you
it's
know,
their
vital
vehicle.
points that you both have raised. Abimbola, if you come to Ogba now, it's an eyesore. And I kind of remember the last time the PSP operators were there to cut away this refuse in front of a particular very popular hotel at a popular
yes.
junction very close to the party secretariat.
Yes.
Almost everywhere in Ogba is a mess as we speak presently. And I just hope that the Honorable Commissioner or any official of the Ministry of the Environment will find time to go there and see things for
And
themselves.
verify. Okay.
Maybe by the time I close work today,
Maybe
and
they
I
eat that
add-
one category.
add it
Can you
to
take
the-
a picture?
I will do
So
a
here's
video.
what I think we should also
I will do a
do.
video and send it
You can
back
tag,
to the
You
office
can tag the Ministry
and tag
of
the Ministry of Environment
or Loma,
Okay.
on X, and
Because
then
it's just
put,
getting
put
ridiculous.
the
The location.
area, the location. I think that also will do the job. All right, let's quickly go onto the X platform this morning and take a look at one of the many trending stories this morning. For reasons best known to X people, Tunde Onokoya is trending. So yesterday he took a picture in his black agbada, fully looking dapper.
Yeah. That part.
And he actually said that, he was the first Nigerian to play chess at that museum, and they came for him.
For what?
I'm the first Nigerian to be my
Yes, now.
to be my father's daughter.
And they came for him, and there's nothing they have not said
There's nothing
about
they
this
did
guy.
not-
You remember that he ran away from this platform
He did, he did.
almost a year ago.
did.
He said
He did.
that place was too
Nigerian.
toxic. And, again, maybe he wasn't the first Nigerian, but I mean, you could have understood the context. At which he said what he said. And then people started saying, do you even understand that Louvre Museum is a public place?
Exactly.
Did he say it was a private place? That you can actually go inside and play chess, play Ludo, play, and I'm like, Kilo Shele Gogo. I mean, it was there on his own volition. He had a right to do what he was doing. And then, since yesterday, Tunde Onakoya Ogbadun, they've come for this man every way possible. And you know, sometimes it just makes you feel like
Nigerians,
how else can you even be a Nigerian?
That is what I don't know, Abimbola.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you know, they have chosen to see the other side or the bad side. There is no even bad side of this thing. I love the attire. I love the fact that it took some children from slums,
That's this
from
project
Nigeria
now.
to that place to change their orientation and everything. And now you're saying, what makes him feel that he's the first Nigerian to go and play chess there? If you want to play chess,
I love his response though. And his response was, if an attention-seeking racist man says a culture is retarded because one adorns his regal Agbada outfit to a historic location to play chess, we must all stand firmly against it regardless of our biases. Quotes this with a picture of you proudly repping your country and your tribe.
Proudly representing your country.
So I don't know. And
if I see that Agbada, I will steal it.
We need to go. But you can go on the X platform this morning to take a further read on why Tunde Onakoya is trending this morning. We'll take a quick break. When the conversation returns, it'll be time to take part 1 of our conversation on this side. And this morning, we'll be speaking with our guest and taking a look at how governance can be made more accountable. And of course, everybody keeps saying it is the media. All of us would need to start calling ourselves out going forward, especially if we're demanding accountability from our elected officials. That conversation is after this break.